What's up, everybody? It's Brandon Kravitz, one of the hosts of Game On, 3 to 6 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game in Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee as well. A special treat for the streaming audience and also for those that will be listening later on the radio program. I am live from the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions out in Lake Nona. I'm inside the clubhouse right now as we speak, and I'm about to knock out some really cool interviews. Oh, man. All right. I told you guys we were going to have some cool interviews. How about this one? Here at the LPGA Tournament of Champions from the Lake Nona Golf and Country Club, live from the clubhouse, too. They gave us some prime seating here. One of the biggest, toughest, fiercest linebackers in the history of the NFL, Brian Urlacher, joins the show.
Nice intro there. Yes,
you like that one?
Yeah, it's a good one. Good for me.
How'd it go out there today?
It was fun. I didn't play great. I didn't finish well. I started out good on the front, doubled 10, and I doubled 18. I lost my ball off the tee. So I had a good time. Amy Yang's really good. That's who I played with. She was leading it. I think I'm not sure if she's still leading, but she was leading the tournament there for a little bit. So it was fun to play when they were playing well.
So I heard that there are cuts this year for the first time. It's perhaps weather related.
I would relate it to weather, yes, because Sunday is supposed to be, I think 44 is the high, and I think the first tee time is going to be 11 or 11:30. So I have a flight that I have to catch. So I will not make the cut no matter what.
You know that for sure?
Yes, I know that for sure. If I make the cut, I won't make the cut. Even if I make it, I won't make it. How about that? Yeah.
I have a feeling you'll be taking some chances tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, even if I make it, I'm not making it. So I got to get on a flight.
I recall the last time you I remember this because I watched you play. I doubt that you recalled that I've interviewed you before. At least it was like a year or two ago. And I remember you.
Well, same area. I feel like
you're right. It was right around the corner.
We're outside though, right? I feel like we were outside.
We were.
Yeah.
This is.
How
new.
did I forget you? They're great questions.
Thank you. One of them, I don't remember how it came up, but you were talking about your love that you had developed in your retirement for card breaking, collecting cards.
Yes.
And I remember thinking, wow, that's so random. And then a couple months ago, I get into this show on Netflix called King of Collectibles with Ken Golden from Golden Auctions.
I don't know if I've seen that.
Oh, Brian.
I don't watch a lot of Netflix though.
If you are a collectible fiend,
you'd make fun of the shows I watch.
Well, that might have to be a side.
It's amazing how much these cards go for.
So that's the thing.
Yeah.
I watched it. I watched one episode just thinking, okay, I'm a sports fan. It'll show me some cool stuff from history. And I got really into the whole there's almost a sport of it, of collecting cards. So you're in the weeds with that now.
The hobby. Yeah. Well, I'm involved with a company, Ludex, who made an app that you can identify your car and your trading card, and know how much it's worth right away.
So you're the reason I found an old Pokemon card of my wife's.
Those can be really expensive.
I downloaded that app because you told me about it.
Okay.
And I had one little mark on the top right that wasn't there. So instead of the card being worth about 10 grand, it was worth about 10 cents.
Yeah. So frustrating.
That close. We were that close,
The
Brian.
hobby is, there's so many. When I go to these card shows, it's amazing how many people are there, and the trading that goes on. It's a big deal. When I was a kid, I collected cards. It was a big deal to me. I didn't take care of them the way I should have, but I did like to have them, and you pull some good cards. But it's a big deal now.
What's the best thing in your collection, and is it something? Do you count your own stuff as part of your collection?
So now all I have is my stuff. Besides the stuff I do, so I'll tell you the best cards I thought. I had a David Justice hot rookie. This was a long time ago. A Frank Thomas hot rookie. There was two more guys. It might have been a Ken Griffey hot rookies. But I had 4 hot rookie cards that were unbelievable, and I don't know where they're at. But I have every card of mine that I think there is times 50 or 100. My collection of my stuff is big because they sent it to me. But I haven't been collecting other people's stuff in a long time. I should.
So let's talk football for a minute while I got you. Pats Broncos.
Broncos?
Was
that's wait a minute.
Well, no, it's
Pat Seahawks.
Pat Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
I
know that you're used to playing in some cold weather.
Yeah.
Were you envious of that second half at all?
As a defensive player, it's pretty much one thing you can do, right? You can try and throw it, but it's not. You can't see the ball. The wind's going to take it. So I do appreciate those because you have to run the ball. You load the box up and you can stop the run, and that's that's the way it's going to be. But it's not as fun that way, in my opinion. You should be able. The offense should have an opportunity to do both things, but sometimes the weather dictates what you can do.
So both defenses that made it to the Super Bowl are pretty dang good.
Really good.
Is there one that you look at and say that team's definitely going to dominate the game? They're going to keep them in it. Which defense impresses you more?
The most impressive defense to me is Seattle on every level. They got the D line gets after it. Their linebackers get to the football, and they have some dudes in the back end that can cover and hit you as well. But Vrabel's done a great job with that defense as well. I mean, I really don't see if I have to give a slight advantage. I guess it would be to Seattle, but Vrabel probably bounces that out with his coaching as well. They've done a good job all season long. They beat the Bills earlier in the season. They're just good. They're very fundamentally sound, and they have a good scheme.
So that Bears crowd, I think the thing that stands out to me the most from this postseason so far, the comeback from Chicago against Green Bay, and the way the crowd, the electricity, I could feel it through the TV. Were you Emmitt Smith just walked in?
Emmitt Smith is the greatest of all time.
Agreed.
Dallas Cowboys, my team. That's my team. That's my team. You play for my team. Cowboys are my team. That game. So
were you there for that?
I was at the Green Bay game. So they beat Green Bay 2 weeks before. They were down 16-6, and I was watching it on TV here. I was actually at my house in Florida here, and I'd never seen Soldier Field like that. They had the towels going. Not that I can remember from playing, by the way. And then to be there for the playoff game when they came back from down 21-3, no one left. They're down 21-3. I think it was maybe late third, early fourth. But I think the fans know not to leave when they're behind. That's when they start playing their best, right? That's when Caleb gets going. That's when the defense starts making plays. What a great season, though. It was fun to watch.
Brian Urlacher, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for the time. I appreciate you stopping by.
Good talk.
Yeah, that right there. Emmitt Smith on video with us. One of the single greatest running backs in the history of the NFL. My personal favorite, by the way. I don't know if you knew that, Emmitt, but
I don't.
You, of course you don't. We just met each other. You are the reason I got into football. Really? And now, not only did I make that a huge part of my life from a fandom perspective, but then turned it into a career. So I can't thank you enough. Thank you for everything that you brought to the game.
Well, appreciate you. Obviously, you never know whose life you touch when you're playing a game of football. So you try to do it the best way that you know how, and you just keep working, and hopefully you impact a lot of people's lives in a positive way. So.
Well, we'll work our way back to the football world. How'd the golf game go today?
Better than it was yesterday, no doubt. I hit the ball so much better. Not that I didn't hit the ball well yesterday, but I had a lot more errant shots yesterday. Didn't score well, didn't putt well. Today, I hit the ball a lot more solid from tee to green, from 1 to 18. Just played better all the way around.
How do you judge what a good performance is? Is it just simply the way the ball comes off the club?
I would just say the consistency in which you hit the ball, especially if you know where the ball is going. And for me, today, most of the time, 90-some% of the time, where I aimed, the ball was going in that direction. Hit a lot of greens, hit a lot of fairways today. Overall, it was just a better day.
What keeps you coming back here? Because this is a routine for you now.
I want it to become a routine because of the tournament itself. The ladies that we play with are absolutely awesome. Enjoy doing that. It's a 4-day tournament, so I get a chance to walk the golf course 4 days. It's not many tournaments that I play in throughout the course of the year that has 4 days of actual golfing, where you golf your ball for 4 days and you get a chance to enjoy actual golf. This tournament is one of those tournaments. Tahoe is one of those tournaments. There's a couple pro-ams that you play in, like Waste Management Phoenix Open next week. I'm going to be playing in that. It's tournaments like that gets you behind the ropes where you get to play actual golf and really test your game out.
How great are the women that you guys are playing with?
Man.
The look on Emmitt's face right now for those that can't see it.
Man, I mean, the young lady I played with today, I can't even pronounce her name. I played with her sister yesterday. And the twins. She banged the ball today. She outdrove me at least 60-40, something like that. Maybe 70-30, could be 80-20. I mean, was crushing the ball. I mean, just hit the ball beautifully today.
While I got you, how plugged in are you with Florida Gator football still? I think I still see you every once in a while commenting on what's going on around the program. They got a new coach, John Summerall.
I'm not plugged in the way that I would love to be plugged in, to be able to have a voice at the table. I would love to have a voice at the table, but they haven't really given me that opportunity. However, from afar watching, um, I think the new coach coming in, my own assessment would be that if he can make Tulane what Tulane was, with the talent that he actually had, he should be able to do a lot better here at the University of Florida. Now, he is in the SEC. Every opponent every week is going to be different than what Tulane has faced. However, the talent should be there. But when NIL and everything, we're going to have to learn how to compete at that level, because some schools are just taking NIL to overdrive.
Do you think it's impacted the game in a negative way from the way that the players approach it? I mean, it's such a different world than when you played, because a lot of these guys have.
It has changed the game completely, and obviously, I've always felt like football was a business, even at the collegiate level, and I'm not opposed to players getting compensated. It's how they get compensated and how much they're getting compensated at one point in time versus how much is being spread out for these kids over a 3 or 4 year time frame, especially if you stay committed to the university. I think
Which almost costs kids money to be committed at this point.
no, it doesn't. Not if you're able to get it at the end, and if you're going to stay with the university for 3 or 4 years, and you want, I mean, in 1 year, for example, if I have $1 million commitment from the University of Florida, do I need $1 million in year one? No, I don't. As a player, you shouldn't, because I still have housing, I still have food, I still have medical, I still have the things, the normal things that I would normally get if I was on scholarship. So, do I need the whole meal? No. Can I use the 200? Yes. Can I buy an insurance policy for myself? Yes. Can I have the other money given to me when I do leave the University of Florida? In other words, can you leave it in escrow? Can I leave it into a trust account so the trust account can work for me and I don't have to deal with the headaches of everybody asking me for money that particular year? I'm only limited to $200,000. And if I'm there year two and my contract go up, can I get another 20% of that following year and have the rest of it roll into the rest of the accounts? So whenever I leave the University of Florida, I can take the rest with me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus bouncing
What
around.
you're talking about is financial literacy from day one.
Day one. And that's the one thing that not one university in the United States of America does for any student athlete or any student on campus, unless you're in the financing world, period. And that's a crying shame all by itself. That right there is something that we or people as the American public should be fighting for and should be demanding of our higher institution as well as our lower institution. The even at the elementary, middle school, and high school level, that should be part of the fundamental parts of education. When it comes down to financial literacy and it comes down to home economics and learning different types of skills, whether it's electrical, whether it's plumbing, all those skills used to be in home economics. Teach people how to function on a day-to-day basis. The problem is people don't really learn how to function on a day-to-day basis. They grow up thinking that some kids are growing up thinking that everything should be handed to them. And so to me, I think we have it ass backwards, and I think it needs to be corrected.
Florida, if you're watching this, give this man a seat at the table, okay? He's the greatest NFL products that you've ever produced. There you go. Emmitt Smith, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for the time.
No, thank you.
Here with one of the best edge rushers in the history of the game, Super Bowl champion Dwight Freeney, kind enough to hop on live from the Lake Nona Golf and Country Club. How'd you play today, Dwight?
Feast or famine? It
was it more feast or famine?
Ooh, it was more famine than feast. It was kind of like, I felt like I was in a football field. I felt like, I have 2 sacks, and then all of a sudden I missed 5 tackles. It was like, all right, am I happy or am I mad? I don't know. So that's kind of how the day was today.
What brings you out here? What's the drive to do something like this? Is it just trying to stay competitive? You trying to stay social? What
I
is
think
it?
it's a little bit of all things. I think it's a little bit of competitive juices that hadn't been activated. It's been dormant, and I get a chance to go out there and play for something that matters. I think also it's just coming out, seeing the people again, seeing my former people I used to play against and people that I never got a chance to play against. So it's a great mixed bag of a whole bunch of good stuff. Obviously all the LPGA girls, they're like, you sit there and watch them swing. You're like, I'll never be able to swing like that on my best day. So it's kind of an amazing event what they put on here, and I'm honored to be a part of it.
What is it about their approach, the LPGA stars, that wows you the most?
I think it's just the consistency. It's when you see them kind of get off, they don't get off much. And when they have a bad hole, they find a way to bounce back. There is absolutely no bounce back in my game. It's just straight, just boom, in the water. Next hole is probably going to be in the water again, and eventually I wake up. So
Are they giving you tips throughout, or are they just
their
sort of?
tips couldn't help me. They could not help me. There's nobody who could help me. It's just one of those things. Why I love the game, though. Quite honestly, it's like it's all you, and it's no one else. It's the reason why you hit the ball is that way is because of how you set up or how your hands are or what's going on between your head. So that's the thing that kind of infatuated me with the game is that you can't blame anything else other than what you're doing. And there is a way to get around it or, be better. So, hopefully 30 years from now I can figure it out.
People play into their old age.
That's
And
what
so
I'm
I've
saying.
still yet to pick up the game of golf. I've done the lessons. I've done all of that
Come
stuff.
on now, let's go.
Okay, so it's probably about that time. Let's talk football while I got you. We have two really impressive defenses that have made it to the Super Bowl with the Seahawks and the Patriots. Is there one that impresses you more? Who do you think's going to dominate this game based on what you've seen so far?
I just, look, I think who's playing the best is Seattle. Okay, Seattle defense is playing great, offense is playing great. They've been kind of consistent all year on what they've done, playing versus some real stiff competition all year. So if I had to say who was going to pull out on top, if they are consistent to what I've seen, I think Seattle is going to pull this one off. But what's scary about the Patriots is that they have this history of knowing what to do in the right moments.
Do you think that carries over from the last regime?
Well, of course. You have the same people there. Not the same players, but you have Josh McDaniels. He was a guy who won Super Bowls with Bill.
He's an aspect of this that I hadn't thought enough about yet.
Oh.
This is not new to him.
This is not new to him. And so he knows what plays to call. Make sure that quarterback is comfortable back there. All right. And obviously you have Vrabel, who's been there, won it before. Same system, same build tree. So it's a new team. All right. Obviously they don't have Tom back there, but the guy that got back there isn't bad.
No, he's
so
not.
so my point is it's going to be one of those games where on paper I want to say Seattle's going to win. But you have a little sprinkle of the Patriots' history and what they do. I think it's going to be a close game.
I think that's a really interesting perspective to not immediately dismiss the Patriots of old and not having an impact in this game. That's a really good point by you. You've played in Super Bowls. What is the biggest difference? It's still the field's the same size, the length of the game is the same, halftime's a little longer, but
yes.
What's the difference with the mentals entering a game like that?
It's your adrenaline is going to be skyrocketed all week. You're going to have a hard time sleeping, just because of the fact that you just can't wait to go out there and play. Outside of that, and all the hoopla of the media attention and all the things that everyone's watching and all that stuff, it just comes down to what's gotten you there to that point. And as long as those guys focus on what's gotten you to this point and bury themselves in that type of mind frame and that attitude, they're going to be fine. The guys who are seeing the lights and seeing the stars and are paying attention to all the other things, they're going to struggle.
Last thing for you, what's Dwight Freeney up to these days? What drives you now?
Well, I'm taking care of this family. I mean, that's first thing. Those little girls. My youngest, man, she is running the house. I got no chance. She's like, Daddy, you sit there. Mommy, there. I sit there. I will eat this. Then I will go play. Then I will go take a nap. This is who my youngest is great. My oldest, she's like 5 going on 12 already. It's something that I waited until I retired to do because I really wanted to embrace those moments.
Yeah.
And it's been one of the greatest things I've done. And I think that every day is a new day, and every day it's just a pleasant surprise. And I said, I can't believe she knew that. I didn't know she could actually form that sentence. So I think from that perspective, that's one thing that I'm doing that I'm loving, and I'm also helping out Syracuse University. I go back, I help out those guys from a coaching perspective, the players a little bit, whatever they need me to do, rub elbows, do whatever, as long as the weather is above 5 degrees, I'm there.
Yeah, which lately it has not been.
It has not. I got trapped.
One of the best to ever do it, Dwight Freeney, professional girl dad here with us today. Thanks so much, Dwight.
Hey, man, no problem.
And that does it for this year's interview edition of the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions, live from Lake Nona Golf and Country Club. We talked to Brian Urlacher, Emmitt Smith, Dwight Freeney. What a day it was out at the golf course. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next year.